Guys, quite a few of you wanted to know like my first impressions of the game, and a lot more of you wanted to see a review. So I will do a review, and I will put a lot of work into that review. That review will have, Fallout gameplay. For example, if I'm talking about the combat, it'll have gameplay of the combat. If I'm talking about the perk system, it'll have, footage of the perk system, and it'll be, nice and beautiful. But before I review the game, I need a lot more time on it. I need to know the ins and outs of the system, and I'm still constantly learning new things, and there's a lot of stuff, and it's really overwhelming. So I don't feel like I can make a review yet. I probably won't be able to make a review for like a week or so. I need a good weekend. I need my Friday, Saturday, Sunday this weekend just to be filled with Fallout 4 and me to just be playing it like crazy. In order for me to give it a review, like a full on comprehensive review, and to make my final verdicts on it. But I thought I'd give you my first impressions after the first day that it's been out and that I've been playing it. So I have about 6 hours played in the game as of now. On one character. I'll probably make another character. The reason that I don't have as much game time as I'd like is because right now I'm only playing with Zach, the character that I have in my Let's Play. So whenever I'm playing with that character, I have to be recording. And so, I have like 500 gigabytes on my hard drive of Fallout 4 Let's Play videos. So, that's the reason that I don't have like a ton of gameplay yet. So I'm probably going to make another character and play on there. But I can definitely give you guys my first impressions for the end of the first day that the game has been out. So, as you saw from the Let's Play, my character is a more sneaky character who uses guns instead of energy weapons. And the main thing that I'll start off with the cons first, because there isn't a lot of cons that I've experienced yet. But this subject does lead into one of the cons, in my opinion. They've completely gotten rid of skills. I haven't been following the news, so I don't know how long ago they said, there's no skills. But I don't like that. For some, it's one of those things where I don't understand what the benefit of taking it out was. I really don't understand. It's not like they learned something from Skyrim and then, because Skyrim had skills too. You had your one-handed, you had your destruction. Fallout 3, you had your guns, your speech, your energy weapons. There's no skills at all in this game. At all. Nothing. And, I don't know how long that's been public and people have known about that, but I didn't know that. And so when I went in the game, I'm like, you probably saw in my Let's Play, I'm like, when do you pick your tag skills? When do you pick your skills? There's no skill choice. Everything is only based on your special, which is, the strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. Everything is based off of that, which I don't like at all. I'll be honest, I don't like that system at all. You still get experience the normal way. Just by killing things, or doing quests, or lockpicking, or hacking terminals, you still get experience. But when you level up, you get a perk point. Now, this is a bit different than previous Fallouts. In previous Fallouts, it would just be like a list of perks that would have different benefits and stuff like that, and then you would pick them. It's a bit different now. Now, on the top row, you have, each of the special. You have the strength, the perception, endurance, so on the top row. And then there's 10 rows under each of those. Okay, let me put it like this. There's the columns for each special skill. So there's an entire column. Okay, there's an entire column for strength, and then an entire column for perception, and so on, okay? And on those columns, then they have rows, and there's 10 rows, okay? You guys following me? Now in each row, this will be like row 1, okay? And so it'll be a list of perks, 1 perk for each of the specials. And you choose everything on that line on row 1 will only require you to have 1 point in that special attribute. You can find videos of this explaining it better than me, obviously. But I don't like that. I don't like that system. To me, it feels like there's not as many perks. Like, I don't feel like the perks are as genuine or interesting. It could just be because it's in a different format or something like that, but I just really don't understand why it was necessary to make everything dependent on your special and why you couldn't have skills. That's the main thing. When you had skills, you know, it felt like something. Like, you could pick up a gun that recommended you to have a 75 in energy weapons. You could pick it up and have 5 energy weapon, but you would shoot it like shit. You know, you couldn't control that thing at all, so it felt good. You know, you felt like you needed to get your energy weapon to 75 so you could use this beast of a gun. You know, so you could use this giant Tesla cannon, and you know that you earned that because you put 75 of your skill points into energy weapons. That isn't the case in this. You can pick up and use any gun. It doesn't matter. All that matters is, I haven't even seen like a clear indicator that, like, the higher your agility or perception, whichever one it is, the higher your perception or your agility, the more accurate you are. It just seems like you're very accurate with every single gun that you use. It may change your VATS percentages a bit, but I don't like that. I feel like the skill system is a lot better. Another thing, you may have remembered my biggest complaint about Fallout 3, the speech, how no matter how high your speech was, it just gave you like a percentage chance. In this, it's very similar, and I hate it. It's like, it'll give you a speech option. It'll either be in green, yellow, orange, or red, and based on the color, that's your chance of getting it right. So it's not like, oh, your charisma is an 8, and you need a 7 charisma to trick this guy. It's like percentage based. And I've had times where it's green, and I've done it, and it still failed. So that's very frustrating. Another con is just the bugs. Right now, I've only had 1 bug that's crashed the entire game, which was very annoying since it was in the middle of a video. But a lot of the bug that I keep getting, that is the most annoying thing ever, is you switch to a weapon, but he doesn't pull out the weapon. Like, if you go in third person, he has the weapon out, but your gun is invisible. And you can shoot, but your gun is invisible, and you have no idea what gun it is, or sometimes it'll just take forever to pull out the gun. Like, you'll press 2 to pull out your pistol, and you'll just be sitting there, waiting to pull it out. I had a scenario where, like, 8 ghouls were running at me, and I'm like, alright, pull out the machine gun, because this double-barreled shotgun isn't gonna do against 8 ghouls, and my dude's just like, okay, I'll pull it out now. And I'm like, dude, seriously, you're being beaten to death by disgusting ghouls. Come on, man. That's about as far as my complaints go. Let's go into a bit of some pros. Remember, this isn't going to be comprehensive. This isn't going to be everything. This is just my first impressions. The game is huge. Like, I take back all of my worries about this game. It is freaking huge. Just to go from, like, here to here, okay? I mean, obviously that's going to be variable because of your screen. But to go, maybe 700 meters or 600 meters on the map, in between, I just had to go, like, 700 meters to do a quest. But every single time I'd see, like, a location, and I'd be like, oh, gotta go there. Oh, gotta go there. And just, like, going off the beaten path. That's what I love to do in Fallout. The game is gigantic. I'm like 6 hours in. I don't feel like I've even scratched a little dent. Nothing. That level of hugeness applies to the structure building. I'm just afraid to even get into that at all because I feel like I will sink so many hours in, and it would, if I recorded that for the Let's Play, it would just be episodes. Like an entire week of episodes just gone, devoted to making a settlement. So I haven't even gotten into that. Really, I've actually tried to avoid it just because it's so huge. Another thing, the weapon customization. Oh my god. I've made the mistake of just being like, okay, I'm gonna make a silencer for my weapon, going in, and then it's just like 5 billion options to change every bolt and screw of your gun, and I'm like, okay, I'm wasting too much of this episode just going on about the freaking guns, trying to get my gun right. So it has a ton of content. Another thing that I really enjoy is the gunplay. A lot of people have actually, I'm surprised, a lot of people have talked bad about the gunplay. They said it's not very good. Maybe not compared to like a Call of Duty, or a Counter-Strike where each gun, has that feel, and it feels great, and the entire game is built upon that. Maybe not that much, but when you compare it to Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 3, oh my god, it is at least 200% better. And you probably saw it in like episode 2 when I got a 10mm pistol. I shot that thing and I was like, I like that. That feels good. A lot of the guns feel good. I haven't gotten any like beastly guns yet. All my guns have still been like pieces of shit. I'm getting all these pipe guns that are really just pieces of shit. I got like this pipe bolt action sniper rifle. It's like, making screeching noises every time I'm like bolting it up or loading it. It's like, it's great though, and I really, really enjoy the gunplay. The graphics as well. I don't know what the fuck people were talking about the graphics. The animations, I understand. Some of the character, you could tell who's a main character by the way that they talk. Like, you look at a dude and he's talking, and he's talking like this. My name is Bob, and I am totally an important character. And then you watch it, and you're like, okay, this dude's not important. Because when someone is an important character, their entire face is moving, their eyebrows are moving, it's going crazy, and you're like, wow, they spend a lot of time, capturing that face. But side characters, it's like, my name is Bob, and I need you to go kill some things. So, I understand that, but apart from that, I mean, you guys have seen a Let's Play. I'm doing a 1080p, 60 frames per second Let's Play. You've seen it. It's pretty. It's very pretty. I mean, it's not that pretty because you have this ugly thing in the corner of your screen. But, I mean, it's pretty. It's a very pretty game. The lighting especially is just crazy. Quite a few problems with the PC port. It seems like it always has vertical sync on, which you can see the frame rate actually if you look at my Let's Plays. It's in the top left corner. You can actually see it in my Let's Plays, and it never goes above 60, which makes me think that there's vertical sync, which is annoying because I like to uncap my frame rate just so I can brag and be like, I have 400 frames per second in Fallout 4 maxed out. I spent way too much money on my computer. But I'm enjoying the game a lot. It's very fun. If you were wondering about picking it up, I can tell you for sure to pick it up. I can't speak for how good the storyline is. I can't speak for how good the late game is. But the only things that have, frustrated me so far is there are some bugs. Nothing game breaking, like I've said. I've already told you the bugs that I've experienced. I'd say pick it up. The perk system is probably just me being like super old fashioned and wanting it to be like it used to be. But thanks for watching, guys. This is my first impressions. I'll do a review later when I'm more experienced, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!